Word to your mother, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sniper, and do you like cash? I hope you like cash because we are going to attempt to make you a lot of cash on this recording. This is another episode of the Wizards Crystal Ball. My name is Sniper West. That over there is Mr. Michael Kipness, a.k.a. the Wizard. And wizardsportspicks.com. He is now dabbling into the sports world. He is a legend in the horse racing community, and he has decided to venture out into sports. So wizardsportspicks.com, that is where you want to go for all your sharp sports betting information. Tons of great handicappers over there, a lot of friends of mine, a lot of mentors of mine, including the Wizard. We will actually have a new handicapper on board soon as well. You guys will get more updates on that. All kinds of action this weekend. Great college basketball. I would like you to, I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe to this channel as well. Does help our analytics. So, Wiz, we had ourselves quite a weekend of college basketball. Obviously, beginning on Friday night, Michigan beat Illinois. They took care of them rather easily. I was on Illinois. I gave that out as a free play on our podcast on Friday. That did not look very good for Sniper West. Arizona went on to beat Kansas. Houston beat Colorado. Duke beat Virginia. UConn beat Seton Hall. Iowa State losing outright to Texas Tech. Ouch. Florida beat Arkansas 111-77. They beat the pants off Arkansas. But, taking a look at the odds to win the championship, we have Michigan plus 300, Duke plus 360, Arizona 5-1, Florida 7-1. Houston 10-1, UConn 14-1, Iowa State 18-1, Illinois 18-1, Kansas 22-1. So, Wiz, a lot going on there with college basketball. How was your weekend? What was the best and worst for you?
Well, the best was St. John's destroying Villanova. You knew that was probably coming because off that debacle against UConn, now they're back home at the Garden, and Coach P has a couple days to ream into his players, and they obviously responded in a big way. That was a highlight for me. I did like Houston, but I never laid 22 points or whatever it was. You knew after 3 defeats, going to play Colorado and Kelvin Sampson, also a Rick Pitino style drumming of the players after 3 straight losses, you knew Houston was coming to play. The game that I was dead wrong on, and I actually bet and lost, was the game, what was it? Oh man, my mind is, I had so many games in my head. It'll come to me, but Duke, Virginia. I told you, and I mentioned it on the show, that I thought Virginia could play with them, and boy, was I wrong. So that was one that whatever I won on the others, I gave a lot back on the Virginia bet. So I was wrong there. That was about it. I mean, I watched a lot of games. Now I start watching games every day. With all the tournaments start this week. The smaller conferences, basically the one bid leagues, conference tourneys are this week. The big ones are next week, the big Power 5. So there's a lot of basketball to contend with coming up. This is the best time of the season.
Absolutely. So, we went over, the odds to win the championship. So of these, maybe of these top schools, who do you think maybe has a great shot? I mean, obviously Michigan only 3-1 and Duke, plus 360. What about, I don't know, man. I think Florida can make some noise. They're just playing so well. They're obviously the returning champions right now. Houston, they came off the 3 losses. They look great but it was Colorado, that's why they were favored by so much. UConn, they have a championship pedigree, 14-1. I don't know. I think there's some flyers here. Iowa State, we'll see if they bounce back. What was your thought about, Texas Tech beating Iowa State? Because Iowa State, I think I told you, they were 50-0 their last 50 games at Ames. And, now they're 50-1, right? But I just kind of think that they were looking ahead to Arizona. In fact, you know what? Well, let's do this. So that game is tonight. So we have Iowa State and Arizona tonight. Now, I'm not going to tell you what this line is. You said you have not looked.
No.
Obviously, Iowa State lost to Texas Tech and Arizona off the drubbing of Kansas. Any ideas on what this line might be tonight?
On the Arizona game at Arizona, Iowa State coming off a loss. I would say Arizona is 8 or 8.5, in the 8 range.
Well, that's where it opened. It opened -8.5, and it's actually down to -7.5. So, I mean, you hit the nail on the head because you hit the opener and you said, it might be 8. So it's already coming down to Iowa State. So the Cyclones are taking money as we speak. I do have a free play. I'll go ahead and give up my free play out, and then you can analyze my analysis, which is what we've kind of been doing on the Wizards Crystal Ball as of late. So, obviously, Iowa State is number 4. Arizona is number 2. Those AP rankings will change. In fact, we'll have Wiz maybe throw out his top 5, who he thinks the top 5 will be after this analysis. But the Cyclones, obviously, they lost to Texas Tech. They were -10 chalked. I mean, they were favored by double digits, so losing was just very embarrassing. But like I said, I think they were looking ahead to the Arizona game. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. The Wildcats, obviously, they've blown out Kansas 84-61. But they're not going to have a letdown here because they know Iowa State's coming in. But I just think they had a lot of adrenaline, and that took a lot out of them, even though they don't have to travel. That game, they were hyped for that game because they had lost to Kansas, right? The Cyclones beat Arizona last year. They beat them 84-67. Ironically, it was exactly a year. It was March 1st, a year ago. So they're meeting a year later here in Arizona. Wildcats obviously have a little bit of revenge from that loss last year, but I don't know, Wiz. I'm going to go contrarian here. I'm going to go Iowa State. First of all, they're taking some money, so there could be some sharp action on Iowa State. I think the road team could keep it close here, man. I think the Cyclones, they were looking ahead to this game, which is why they lost to Texas Tech. They've had it circled. They know, beating the number 1 team in the Big 12 is a big deal. I think they come to play tonight. I don't know if they win the game, but I think they can hang tough. What do you think, Wiz?
Look, I would never lay the points. If I was going to bet the game, I'd take the points. I probably will pass the game, but I can't disagree with you. I think Pete coming back for Arizona, that great freshman, made a difference. He played in the Kansas game. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with your pick at all. I wouldn't lay it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really it's the only marquee matchup of the night. But hey,
well,
we'll take it, right?
Yeah,
number
Duke
2
plays
team
tonight.
Oh, they do? How did I miss?
Yeah, Duke.
Well, they must be favored
Duke
by like
plays NC State at
25.
NC State.
They must be favored by a lot.
Well, let me guess the line.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I was just yeah. How about that? Yeah, go ahead. What do you think that line's? Actually, it's not as high as I would think. What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna. So, NC State is really on a downswing. I mean, they have not been playing well. Duke is not going to let up. They just don't do that. It's not in the coaching DNA of Shire, and nor the players. I say the line is Duke 10.
Yeah, you're right there. It's 9.
9? Okay.
So, yeah. And probably, rightfully so. That's at NC State. Now, if it were at Cameron Indoor, what would you guess if it were at Cameron Indoor? 14? Wow.
14.
So you think it could
13.
be a 5-point
I think it's about a 3. Well, 13. I would say 13. I think it's 3 points. 3 to 4 points at Cameron.
Iowa State, ISU, Houston. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. It's interesting to hear that that you think there could be that much of a swing in the line depending on the location. They do that for football too. They say that home field might be worth a half point, maybe a point in certain situations. Maybe raucous crowds like Seattle, Kansas City, maybe give them a little bit more of an edge. But yeah,
well,
that's interesting.
I went to a game with my friend Luke Hancock. He was up doing the ESPN the Duke's ACC network. He's a commentator. So he was up. We saw each other for Friday, and he's done he actually, in all the 4 years he's played basketball, he was on the Louisville championship team. He was the most valuable player in 2013. So he's played a lot of venues, but he's never played at Cameron. But was there for the final. He was there calling a game as a co-host, and he said he's never seen a place like Cameron, because it's not that big. It's not a big venue, and the students are right over the bench. Like, it's just nuts.
Right.
He was there when the day that Krzyzewski was retiring, the final game of which Coach K lost.
Right.
And when they lost, it was like, he said, it was like going to a funeral of, somebody that's beloved, by thousands of people. So, so that's why I make that place 3 points in favor of the added 3 points playing there, just like Allen Fieldhouse is worth 3 points.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Duke got it right with John Shire. The guy's a fantastic head coach. He came into, it's a tough act to following Coach K, and he's done quite well. I think, I think I saw his record. He's something like 60 and 20, something. Don't quote me on that, but I found it hard to believe that he's been coaching for 4 years there now. It seems like Coach K just left, but it's really been like 4 years now. It's been quite a while.
You know why he's so good, Sniper? Because he's not only a really good X and O's coach, and he has a good staff and a good recruiter, but he's a player's coach. The players relate to him really well. There's great chemistry between him and his guys and his staff.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic basketball mind for sure. Absolutely. So, Wiz, these AP, the Associated Press rankings will be changing in about 30 minutes. We shoot the show on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Afternoon East Coast time, morning Pacific Coast time. But so last week we had number 1 Duke, number 2 Michigan, number 3 Arizona, number 4 Houston, number 5 UConn, number 6 Florida, number 7 Iowa State, number 8. Actually, it stops here. But anyway, so let's hear your opinion. Let's maybe if you want to give us your top 5 in your opinion.
I'm pretty firm, and I don't give a damn about the AP polls. This is the Wizard poll, and that's what counts. Are you ready?
There you go. That's right.
Okay,
I'm ready.
100%. Okay. So, because they don't know about covering lines and about little things that we know, okay, that make a difference. In a lot of, it's seeing it in a different dimension. We see it in 3D, 5D. They see it in 2D. So, no question, Duke number 1, Michigan number 2, Arizona number 3, Florida number 4, UConn number 5. And I'm really solid on that.
Beautiful.
I moved Florida.
Do you think
up.
Houston? Yeah,
Houston?
And deservedly so. They've been playing. Yeah, they've been playing fat. Well, I mean, the only other 2 outliers there are Iowa State and Houston. Who do you think would be? You think Houston moved up a little bit over Iowa State?
That's a tough call. I just don't
Probably
like
because they beat them, right? That's one thing you have to consider.
Yeah. I would say Iowa State ahead of Houston, and it's because I just think Iowa State is a little more balanced. Coaching. I love Sampson, but Iowa State's coach is great too. I just don't like the Achilles heel for Houston is their front court. And that will be exposed again the deeper they get into the tournament, especially if they play a big front line. That's going to hurt them.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, we'll find out. And, I'm very curious for the rankings to come out. I want to do some comparison and see how I have a feeling you probably nailed it right on the head, as you usually do here on the show. The Wizards Crystal Ball. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we shoot this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. You can go catch it on Twitter. You can catch it on YouTube, anywhere you find podcasts. And that is the Wizard over there. Legend in the horse racing community, as I said before. Don't forget to go check out the website, wizardsportspicks.com. Fantastic handicappers over there. We will be adding other sports as well, soccer, NASCAR, golf, UFC. It's all coming soon. And yeah, we work hard for you every single day. The Wiz works hard. I work very hard. We try to get a bunch of content to you. We have the Beyond the Lines series, which is a different handicapper every day, posting free plays. We have Sniper's Daily Shot. I try to put out another video with free plays as well. We do this video, and we do the Wizards Sports Layer every Wednesday night, where myself, usually Tom Macrina and David Delano, maybe some other cappers on the website, we talk shop. We get on, and doesn't even necessarily have to be about games. It can be about, other sports stuff, and it's just a really good show as well. So we love making content for you guys every single day. We appreciate you watching these videos. If you can please like and subscribe to the channel, it would help our analytics a lot, like I always say. And don't forget to check out the website as well. Wiz, you got anything on the way out?
No, that's it. Nothing at all.
All right, beautiful. Well, as our good friend Tom Macrina, a.k.a. Rycape, likes to say, let's cash some tickets. Peace out. Keep firing, everyone.